Imagine walking into a place where the atmosphere is thick with warm conversations, where the walls are made of wood and loam and glass bottles that let the sun shine through. A place that is rich with handcrafts and green plants, where you can just walk in, take a seat, and enjoy a delicious meal for free, where everybody can walk in and eat for free. Can you imagine this? Well, today I'd like to tell you a real-life fairy tale about the free cafe. I will tell you how it started, how and why money is kept out of the picture, and I will tell you where it might lead to. The image I was just sketching sprang up in the mind of Rachel Tillotson, an art student in Groningen. She wanted to create a magical atmosphere for everybody to experience. So it had to be for free, because money is a barrier. She dreamed of a cafe that doesn't only serve for free, but that does not involve any money, because if money is not relevant, then for one moment the pressure of money on your social status is lifted. The free cafe was to be a place where everybody and anybody can walk in, to visit, to enjoy a meal, to help and to share if they want. A place where there's no money. You don't have to do or pay in return. The free cafe shows the magic of sharing and generosity. How could this dream become reality? Can you find a way around money to serve food for free? What it takes, Rachel thought, is a whole bunch of people working together, donating their time, their energy, their effort, using their talent to set up a place that will run for free. She termed it large-scale cooperative generosity, when people come together to create something beautiful for others to experience for free, something to make a stranger smile. And what better way to do this than through food, the most basic of human needs. She found a lot of resistance at first. Of course you cannot do that. Nothing is for free, everything costs money. It's unrealistic. Her proposal needed a pathway around the financial system, using creative and open source approaches, which is exactly what got me really excited about the project. Because as an artist, you learn not to see barriers, not to see impossibilities. You put on a pair of rose-colored glasses and you take a big bag of ambition and you just go for it. And what drives me as an artist is the possibility to create experiences that show the makeable nature of our reality. So we teamed up and we tried to find a formula to serve food for free, leaving money out of the equation and instead replacing it by creativity, cooperation, and doing things yourself. Excuse me. Yes. This moment, the project came alive. People brought their ideas, their thoughts, and their ways of working for free to the project. Wouter came up with a plan to use canoes for transportation, which is free. Jonathan offered the use of a sail ship, because why not? Inge and Natasha organized wild picking events and did photography and screen printing. Angie donated organic detergent made from citrus peels. And Kariana and Merritt designed foldable, upcycled chairs and vertical gardens. The free cafe was to be a place of magic. Baskets flying through the air to deliver the meals to the tables. Mosaic and plants everywhere. A bohemian place with a playful and cheerful nature where adults and kids alike get to go to eat and have fun. We found that you only need 2 ingredients to create the free cafe. The first is enough people. And I would like to ask in the audience, is there someone here that has ever made a clay sculpture? When you were small, like, okay, lots and lots. Is there someone that knows where to find oil barrels? And who has ever done some plumbing? Well, then you together can create a rocket stove mass heater, providing heat, a cozy bench, and a spot to cook on. The second ingredient is the surplus, the extra, or the waste of society. To furniture a place and a kitchen to get all the stuff you need, you just check out those big dumpsters at sides of houses being emptied, and you can find couches and chairs and kitchenware and bread baking machines and irrigation systems. And for food, why not also use what is already there? I'd seen that at the end of the day at the market, lots of foods get thrown away, and I had seen people picking it up. And I'd always wanted to join them, but I didn't have the guts. So I convinced Rachel to join me, and that day we ate like kings. It was incredible, the amount of fresh vegetables and fruit there were, and the quality of it. If this amount of food would be thrown away just at the market, how much good food wouldn't there be thrown away in the entire city? And why not use this to create meals for free? So we met up with Lena and Jilke, who had set up Food Saving Groningen. We joined forces in setting up a food saving network. We could ask farmers if they have products of good qualities that for whatever reason they might throw away. We could ask bakeries and stores. We can pick up their surplus, collect it, and repurpose it, to use it to create delicious meals made for free and shared for free. We put this whole concept online to invite people to hop on board the initiative. And a few days later, we met with Jeroen from Let's Grow, an inspirational festival by the municipality of Groningen. He loved the plan, and he dared to believe these optimistic, slightly crazy, insane students of art that think that anything is possible. So the free cafe was put on a program of Let's Grow and was to become reality, which meant we needed a location. We put a message online, and soon after we got contacted by Frans, and we met him at Tuin in de Stad. It's a city a garden in the city that is involved in neighborhood and community initiatives. We fell in love with their green garden and greenhouse and fluffy chickens running around and their wild adventure paths through the trees. Frans and Vivian already had much going on of what we had dreamed about, and their future plans incorporated the same sustainable systems as we had been looking at. It was a match, and we had a go. Tuin in de Stad would host a free cafe to open during the Let's Grow festival. One small detail though, the accommodation they would host us in had yet to be built. We decided to just put faith in the Groningen community. We put out another message, asking people to help us. Irregardless of background or experience, everybody was welcome. And then this happened. In just 7 weeks, more than 200 different people showed up to help, and they built the accommodation. The opening of the free cafe during the Let's Grow festival last November was a huge success. Some hundreds of people came by, enjoyed, and left inspired. There was food and gezelligheid, Dutch gezelligheid, and music in abundance. The answer, can you serve food for free? By going around the system of money using the generosity and the effort of people, could now be answered by a wholehearted yes. Ever since, the free cafe is taking place in reality, and it is more rich than I had dared to hope. At least 150 people of all ages and backgrounds visit the cafe every week now, and the number is just growing. People that are strangers to each other sit down at a table and have a meal and share a conversation. There's a growing group of food savers and cooks, and a lot of guests just join in to help. And every evening, there are so many people hopping into the kitchen to do some dishes that I haven't done any dishes myself in weeks, which is very nice. The people helping and the people visiting and the people doing the dishes, these people, they share their stories, they share their dreams, and they share their hopes. They share knowledge and ideas and skills of what drives them in their own lives. And by doing so, they bring on human connection and interaction. We realized that it is in these connections where endless possibilities are born. Possibilities to learn, to develop, to take action. And these are empowering possibilities for people's private lives as well as for society. So by now you might be asking yourself, Why is it so important for the free cafe not to use any money? Why do we refuse it, even if people are happy to donate? It's about value. If you get offered a meal for free, you consider the value of the meal that you get. You consider the value of the food that otherwise would be thrown away. And you consider the value of a person cooking for you, spending their time so that you don't have to. And at the free cafe, you cannot express your appreciation of this value in terms of money. Let me explain why. We are used to considering everything by its worth in money because we buy money with our time. Is it worth to spend 20 euros on a restaurant course if you've spent an hour, or maybe half an hour, in your life working to earn that money? Time and money are precious and limited, so you better use it well. We all want the best for the cheapest price. You don't buy an apple with a spot, and you buy the milk with the longest best before date. But this shapes the market on both sides. We all want the best for what we buy and the highest sales. So you better get a very good product for a very low price. And that's why the hard work is taken overseas to be done for the lowest wages, disregarding the dark shadow this casts onto local economy and living and working conditions. At every step of every chain of products and services, monetary value creates a strive of being the better choice. Buy with us. We have the prettiest cauliflower. If you find a spot in it, we'll get you a new one, like that commercial that's now on the television in the Netherlands. Work with us because our employees can do the job the quickest. Well, very normal and seemingly reasonable exclamations. But there is a side effect that is too often forgotten and ignored, and it deserves some attention. This strive creates an unnatural high norm that applies to materials, products, services, and humans alike. As a cauliflower, you better be shiny and golden, and as an employee, you better be super qualified, efficient, and perfect. If this high norm is not met, the cauliflower and you will be thrown out, and your qualities will be wasted. Where is the space for the nature of things? Where is the space for the natural shapes of vegetables, the variety of human nature? Where is space for experiment and learning, and where's room for fun and play? At the Free Cafe, we take a different approach to value, natural value. Let's consider natural value opposed to monetary value, and let's apply it to food. Every year, between 1.5 and 3.5 million tons of food are being wasted in the Netherlands, and up to 60% of this is in good condition or could be completely prevented or used at the Free Cafe to make meals. So why does it end up in the bin? Stores want to be the best and apply very high beauty standards because of wrong interpretation of the best before dates, because we want so many choice options that there's more in the shelves than we could possibly even consume. Let's for a moment consider doing things that feel natural. Imagine you bought a bag of apples last week and you brought it to your house. And there's one apple left, one very shiny apple, a perfect apple. Would you throw it away just because next week it might turn brown? Well, I wouldn't, and probably neither would most of you. But that's exactly what's happening at our stores. The Free Cafe wants to encourage repurposing of wasted food. Let's use the biomass, let's use the nutrients in these food and repurpose it to substrating or composting or animal food or the best, human consumption. So we ask farmers and bakeries for their prime quality waste, those perfect little pumpkins that are too small to be sold but perfect in any other regard. And most of the people we approach are happy to repurpose their rejected foods to be eaten for free if there's no money involved. And that's why we use food that otherwise would be wasted. It's there to be used, and you get to do some magic by creating something out of seemingly nowhere. So now let's apply value to what creates the Free Cafe, people. We invite everybody and anybody to join in any aspect of the Free Cafe, to come walking in whenever they like, to share and help if you want and when you want. You don't have to be a pro to do something. Just think of those 200 construction workers. When you disregard this trade for money and time, and when you ask people to share from the things that drive them out of generosity, people share from their hearts and from their passion. And when people share from their hearts, you get more. The conversations between the people, they create connection. The ideas that people share enable action. And the skills and the knowledge that people share through practice and through workshops that we do, they enable learning and new answers. By now you might be asking again, why is this so important? Well, as far as I see it, there's two things that give meaning in life, and that's sharing and learning. Through sharing, you experience joy, by compassion, and by having a purpose. And sharing connects you to the world that surrounds you. And being able to learn by yourselves helps you realize that you can shape your own life, and that it's not only up to those big institutes. Maybe when you were younger, your teacher or your mama used to say to you, you can be anything you want. But a lot of people, when they're older, they feel that they passed this moment, that they lost the opportunity. Well, you can shape and control the way that you live, but you need to feel empowered to dare to take a choice. You need to feel through experience that you can tap into your human potential and to your passion. Hereby, sharing and learning are the tools that we have to shape ourselves and the world that surrounds us. So the free cafe started with a question. How can you serve food for free? We're very happy to have found the answer to be yes, and I'm happy that I could take you on this little journey. Thanks to the input and the effort and the talent and the time that all these people put in, the free cafe exists now. And we don't only serve food, we do much more. A lot of the plans are not realized, but our potential keeps on growing and opportunities keep on showing up. Because with every person that walks in, there's something added to what the free cafe is. Every mind that is thinking along shapes what the cafe does. And every idea shapes what the cafe can be. Therefore, everybody, we call them all creators. They're all creators of the free cafe. So, disregard valuing everything in the face of money and its subsequent stress on time and efficiency and perfection. Let's hold intent in higher regard than perfection. Let's get rich in terms of learning and diversity and fun. Let's dream big and work together. Because if you work together, you can shape the world. Thank you very much.